Yo, friends, this is Jeff Wilson. Hope all is well today. I'm going to get right to it. I am going to show you my routine, my resistance band routine for hip opening, calf opening, even a little bit like low back and this, that, and the other. This is something I do at least once every about 10 days. Usually it's about once a week, even if it's just partial. So we're just going to get right to it. Grab a nice band. You can do a rope. You can do a towel. Just make sure that you're able to do what we're doing, and you may need to work into it. You may not be able to look exactly the way I am doing this because I do it all the time. But what I start with is simply pushing through the calves. Nice tall posture. I like to kind of open up the ankle a little bit. Most things I would tell you to do more than what I'm doing in this video. At least a little bit. Like I usually do like 8, 10, 12 of all these things. A couple of these I'm just going to kind of rifle through, and you can always add more later. What we're going to do is go back to that first foot. And the very beginning exercise, you're going to lift up with the strength of your leg, and then when you get to wherever your leg allows you, you're going to pull. Now notice my other leg is not way out here. My toes are pointed up. That's really key, so you can open up the hip flexors as well. So I usually do this about 5 to 10 times minimum. And then I'll kind of work through the ankle just a little bit more to open up stuff down here in the calf. Check in with this leg, make sure I'm not like way too tight here. But sometimes that just might be where you're at. And then I drop off. Here's the meat and potatoes. I try to open up this opposite hand, and then I'll open up this leg. Still trying to keep this opposite leg pretty straight, but I'll go from there to this inside the thigh stretch, opening up the feet still. You can probably still see my feet moving. Woo! And then I'll go back and forth at least once more, so 2 each. But I'm going to jump into my next movement. This is a good warm-up exercise. If you're really tight, IT band, hip flexor, inner thigh. What I do is essentially just push through the band, and you can see I'm like holding onto the band pretty good. And then I'll do the same thing while opening up my arm here, and I'll push through, and this really gets some blood flow going on that side. You can always add more, something like kind of bonus round. Sometimes I'll do like a figure 4. You don't really have to have the band for this, but I might like open up the back a little bit more, this, that, and the other. But for the most part, that is the series. And if you have questions, let me know. Again, you can always add to this a little bit, but keep it that simple, especially if you're really tight. Hip flexors, quads a little bit, but the inner thigh, hamstring, low back, glute, and even calves. If you just kind of feel stiff a lot, do this pretty regularly, and I promise you, you will start to open up. But just let your body, be patient and let your body do what it needs to and learn what you're actually trying to do and this, that, and the other.